EI over everything, emotional intelligence over everything. I am Dawn Morris, and I am excited to have this program. The World Class Training Institute is an organization that maximizes human capital through the delivery of professional and leadership development training workshops. I've always loved training. I've been blessed with the opportunity to do it for so many years. You want to be a pinnacle leader. Becoming more emotionally intelligent is going to set you on the road to that. I have to meet people where they are and not try to say just because I'm doing it, they automatically can do it. The area that emotional intelligence helps with is called your blind spot. It helps you to strengthen your self-awareness.
I found the session really helpful. It was my favorite session of the conference.
My name is Derek Potter, and I am the Director of Business Operations for Group Effort of Tennessee. I'm here to talk about the world-class training, leadership training provided by Don to my staff. The training has been extremely helpful for our group of folks, mainly because a lot of principles used in traditional business are oftentimes lacking when it comes to social service because the focus is about the people. We don't think about the people that lead those people, lead departments and positions in which manage the day-to-day operations. And so for us to have an opportunity to train with Don in this training and get the particular skill sets needed to become better leaders, motivators, supervisors, and even teammates was inspirational for us, and we enjoyed the training.
Good afternoon. I am Dawn Morris, and this is the Leaders Lounge, and specifically LeaderSHIFT. Welcome to LeaderSHIFT. Over the next few weeks, we are going to talk to you all and helpfully train you all on some ideas that you can use to help your team, specifically if you are new in your role to leadership or you are a seasoned leader who has a new organization. LeaderSHIFT is all about that. While I am waiting for people to come and join in, I'd like for you all, because I'm a trainer, to just share with me in the comments what your name is. And because LeaderSHIFT is about having a little lunch and engaging and enhancing your leadership skills, let me know if you're eating anything exciting. Just type that in the comment section, and then I will be able to see who's on, and then we will get started momentarily. So I'm going to give people just a minute to answer that question, and then I'm going to keep it moving. So hopefully some of you guys are joining in. If you're joining in again, just go ahead and answer the question there. Tell me your name and tell me where you are joining from, and also, what are you eating or drinking that's exciting to you today? Because I have a little tea. I always drink tea. This is my positive energy tea. And it's very tasty. I'm just going to wait a couple more seconds. And let's see who joins in. While you guys are coming into the program, I do want to also share with you all a few pieces of information. LeaderSHIFT is a program that you all can have in your organizations. It is 3 half days or a day and a half, depending on how you want to schedule it. And it comprises of 4 primary components. The first is embracing the feelings of change and charting a new vision. The second is, we call it Who You With. It's talking about emotional intelligence and also the DISC model. You guys can have either one at your organization because it's important for you to know with whom you are working. So go ahead and schedule yourselves for one of those, emotional intelligence or DISC. And then finally, systems thinking and courage in conflict. We have found that leaders who are new to an organization or leaders who are new to the role need to work with their teams on these 4 primary areas in order to reach the level that we're going to talk about in a moment with John Maxwell, which is people development and then leading to pinnacle. So you guys, this is my first time doing this. So I'm not sure, maybe, hopefully you guys are on here. Maybe I can't see comments. So I'm just going to keep it going. I'm going to keep going and keep training you all. And we'll keep it moving from here. If in fact, at any point during this program, you are interested in LeaderSHIFT, you may go to our website at worldclasstraining.net/leadership. worldclasstraining.net/leadership. I'm really hoping that you guys are on here. And I just can't see the comments because I'm in LinkedIn, but you're going to get some great training regardless. So here we go. All righty. So now I have 3 goals today. The first one is to talk to you about a team vision statement. I had some of you all complete a form and kind of give me some information on what you knew about vision statements, about whether or not you had a conversation with your team. And some of you all shared that information. Oh, okay. And I see Jeff is there, so it does work. So hopefully some more people will be joining. Hey, Jeff, that's good to know. Good to know. Then the next thing that we're going to talk about is why Kubler-Ross matters. So Kubler-Ross is the organizational change model. And we are going to talk about why that matters in your organization. And finally, it's systems thinking and why that's important and what you need to know related to systems thinking. So that's my 3-pronged approach for today. The first thing is why a team vision statement. And before I get into why a team vision statement, I always like to take a step back and I want to talk about why this particular information even matters. So John Maxwell, who is one of the prolific leaders and teachers of leadership, he has established 5 levels of leadership, which I am going to share with you guys right now. So those 5 levels are position. So that's at the very bottom level, and this may be a little difficult to see, but I'm writing it this way so that you guys are able to kind of understand where we're flowing here. Position, just by title. The next level is permission, and that's once you have built a relationship. Then going up, you have productivity. This is once you have some results. Then you have people development. And finally, you have the pinnacle level of leadership. And so when we're talking about LeaderSHIFT and ensuring that your teams are heading in the right direction, we're talking about already doing some of this level 4 stuff called people development, because you have to bring your teams together. Oftentimes, leaders will start in an organization and they have, of course, the position. So people have to follow them at this level. And then they may go to permission, which is relationship. And hopefully they get some productivity, but they don't really focus a lot on that people development. LeaderSHIFT allows you the opportunity to go right there and bring your team together so that you're in alignment, in complete alignment. So that's kind of a baseline for where we're headed. My question is, what is a mission statement? So for anyone who's on, just type in the comments what you think a mission statement is. What do you think of when you think of mission statement? And I'll give it just a few moments. Well, I'll share with you guys what a mission statement is. So a mission statement, simply defined, is an action-based statement that declares the purpose of an organization and how they serve customers. So purpose and how you serve customers. So for instance, the World Class Training Institute has as its mission statement that we are here to maximize human capital, that is our purpose, through the delivery of leadership and professional development workshops. So purpose and how are in a mission statement. Now, if we go to the next level and we say, what is a vision statement? A vision statement works a little differently. So a vision statement is something that provides direction. It sets a course towards a future that tells the people in the organization what the group believes, how to behave, and what kinds of decisions to make without explicitly doing so. Without explicitly doing so. So a vision statement is more inspirational in nature. And the vision of the World Class Training Institute is to refuel and recharge the nation's leader pool with tools to help people be their best personal and professional selves. So now the question is, why do a vision statement with your team? Well, a vision statement is not supposed to be secret. A vision statement is supposed to be shared. And if you are a leader of people and a people developer, it is important that you all sit down together and think about what the vision for your department is. Now, organizationally, there may be a vision statement, but I'm going to share this with you. For instance, there's a marketing department, there's a finance department, there's a maintenance department. The vision for each of those departments as it relates to carrying out the overall mission is going to be different. So a marketing department, for instance, for the World Class Training Institute, may have a vision of expanding the reach of communication from social media, written media, interviews, and other outlets so that we can fulfill the mission of the organization, which is to maximize human capital. When you're talking about the maintenance department, their vision for how they're going to help us fulfill our mission is going to be different as well. Their vision is going to be, for instance, ensuring that the environment for any participants of the World Class Training Institute is such that they can enjoy a safe, clean, healthy atmosphere so that learning can be at its peak. So those are two different visions under one mission. And that is why you must have a team vision statement, And that's what we help you do if you enroll in the LeaderSHIFT program. We work with you guys and help build a collaborative atmosphere as you build your team vision statement. So that's the first piece. The second one is, the second question that I have for you guys was Kubler-Ross. So why Kubler-Ross matters. And because I'm not able to see how many people are on, I'm just going to keep going and teach you guys a little bit about what Kubler-Ross is. So Elizabeth Kubler-Ross is someone who first established the levels of grief related to a personal trauma or something like that that may happen in someone's lives. And there are 6 levels of grief. In addition to that, the levels of feelings related to change was developed as it relates to an organization. And it goes from denial all the way through acceptance. And when a leader comes into an organization, it is important that they are not only cognizant of all employees' feelings for which they work, under which they work, but they also make decisions about how they interact with those team members and how they help those team members develop as they are new to the organization. So when we teach LeaderSHIFT, we spend time not necessarily talking through those intricacies, but focusing on how we move through the levels of change related to leadership shifts, I should say. And so there are 4 things that I want to share with you guys quickly for why you want to pay attention and you want to have conversations with your teams around organizational change. First, there may be some resistance and you're thinking that the person is just not paying attention or is not, good morning. I see a couple of people on, great. You may notice that there's some resistance or some lower levels of productivity. However, you don't know what the reason is. Kubler-Ross matters because it helps you to identify and uncover why those resistance pieces are happening. The other thing is you can address fears. And I'm going to come off for just a moment because I want to look at you guys as I say this. It's extremely important. I had a leader who said once, when change happens in an organization, we think it's not personal, it's business. But what he said is the reverse is always true. It's always personal. And if we're honest with ourselves, what we think about when we start in an organization, or there's a change in an organization, or there's a new leader in an organization where we've gotten comfortable in some ways, and we may have already positioned ourselves to move up or do something else in an organization, we think, what's going to happen to us? How is my role going to change as a result of this shift in the organization? And so we want to make sure that we get in front of that and have conversations with our team members around that. The other two pieces are you discuss wishes and goals. Prior to this organizational shift, someone may have been anticipating a promotion or a move to another department. You have an opportunity to talk to your team member and find out what it is that they want from their position and from future positions. And again, as a level 4 leader, you want to help develop them. And then finally, identify possible position gaps. So everybody who's going through organizational change is not going to continue to stay on the ship. They may want to leave the organization. They may want to leave the department. Again, by addressing the different levels of organizational change, you as a leader can get ahead of that and then position yourself for the possibility of having position gaps. So those are the 4 major reasons that Kubler-Ross matters, and that you really do want to take a moment to deal with the stages of organizational change with your new team. Does anybody have any questions or comments about that? Take a moment before I get into my last one. Nope. Okay. I'm going to keep going then. So the last piece that I want to discuss with you guys is this idea of systems thinking. So when I did the pre-assessment, I asked many people what they think their team's understanding of systems thinking is, and most people gave that a level 5, saying that their teams really knew about systems thinking, which I found interesting because what I have also seen is that in many organizations, there are some disjointed ways that we handle working from department to department and communicating when changes or challenges happen within and outside of the team. So systems thinking, just for purposes of today, so that we are all on the same page, is a holistic way to consider factors and interactions that could contribute to a possible outcome. So when we're thinking as a system, we have to understand that what we do in our role has far-reaching impacts. And the reason that we are in our role is not just to do our job, but is to also contribute to the overall mission of the organization and the component parts that make the organization run. I'm going to give you guys a quick little example. So a couple of days ago, I was at the car wash, and I pull up to the car wash. I have a monthly membership. There's a sticker on my window. When the sticker was read by the computer, it said that they could not recognize the sticker. I asked the manager about it. She said, oh, well, we're under new ownership now, so that sticker doesn't work anymore. So I said, well, a couple of days ago, my account was just charged for this. So I must get a car wash today somehow. And so after some discussion back and forth, the young lady said, well, that's under another company. This is Wash and Roll. I said, well, hey, you know what? Here's my account where you see that Wash and Roll was the company that was actually paid. So she ended up giving me the car wash. I had to call customer service as well. And we had a conversation and I shared, this is what happened. Going forward, there needs to be some type of mechanism in place so that customers are not inconvenienced unnecessarily. And so as we talked through it, the lady also had me speak to the supervisor and tell the supervisor the exact same thing. There was a system breakdown. And the lady who was at the wash and roll regular location says to me, well, we don't have anything to do with that. I said, well, absolutely you do, because even though that happened at the corporate level, I'm here and you're the one who's held responsible for it. So there's a systems breakdown. As we are going through our organizations, we have to understand how our component parts contribute to the whole. And when we do systems thinking in a class environment, we actually work with your team and with your organization and the things that matter to your organization and help you to handle on the front end some things that may be broken in your systems or that may need to have adjustments so that the whole can be greater than the sum of its parts. So systems thinking is absolutely important, especially at an initial level, because as a new leader or a leader new to an organization, the person's role may be looked at differently from you as the new leader. And so everybody needs to be under the same understanding so that all parts can work together better. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Awesome. So for the next couple of weeks, I am going to go through mini sessions related to LeaderSHIFT. If this resonates with you, this is the perfect time to enroll your teams because it's the end of the year. You may want to do an offsite to get everybody's position for the year, or at the very beginning of the year, you want to position everybody so they are in alignment. Even if you're somebody who's a seasoned leader, you may want to sign your team up as well because they may be stagnated and you want to refreshen their thoughts. Again, the 4 components of LeaderSHIFT are embracing the feelings of change and charting a new vision, who you're with, which is building team collaboration through understanding team dynamics, and you do either EI over everything or DISC, systems thinking, and courage and conflict. So these are some powerful, powerful classes. Next week, we are going to delve into EI over everything and DISC on a high level so that you understand the differences between those two and you can make a decision about what matters most to your organization. Now, before we leave, I am a trainer, so I do have a brief assignment for you all. Next week, 2 things. Number 1, write down the 10 people on your team or in your organization with whom you will work most closely. The 10 people with whom you work most closely. They may not all be your immediate direct reports, but you want to write them down and just bring that back with you. And then the second thing is, I want you to think through that situation that I just gave you. Car wash under new ownership, old stickers do not work, customer under old sticker system being told that they cannot receive a car wash even though their accounts are still being charged. What are 3 ways the negative customer impact could have been avoided? 3 ways the negative customer impact could have been avoided. And bring that back with you, okay? So you can either bring it back or you can even email me. I'm going to put my email address up here as well. It is so that if you decide, hey, you know what? I want to see what her thoughts are on this. You can do that. My email address is going to be right here. It's DawnMarie@worldclasstraining.net. That's DawnMarie@worldclasstraining.net. So make it a great day. This has been fantastic for me. I hope it's been valuable for you all. Again, it is going to be on a replay on YouTube. Just give me until, I would say, about 48 hours to make sure I get that out to you guys. And plan to be with us next week. I'm going to post for next week's sessions. Again, we're going to talk a little bit about emotional intelligence and about DISC next week. And then we'll finish up the following week with talking about conflict and courage in the face of conflict. All right. So until next time, it's been my pleasure serving you all. You all make it a fantastic day. And remember, at the World Class Training Institute, when you're better, we're absolutely better. Bye.